Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mandy here and this is Bookish Artist channel, and I decided to come on and film this because I am maintenancing my TWSBI Eco. I know that a lot of people do this at their own caution, but I feel like TWSBI has made their pens so that you can maintenance them, and I am really impressed right now with TWSBI's customer service. I have to tell you why. So, what was it? Like a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks, I got the new espresso bronze TWSBI in an extra fine nib, and I was discovering I wasn't really enjoying the extra fine nib. It was less than to be desired in my opinion, sometimes, at least for me, and I don't know if this is other people, but I feel like TWSBI's extra fine nibs are either like beautiful or miss. And I am really sensitive to like super scratchy, and so I had taken out my nib of my medium bronze and I had put it in my espresso because I really wanted to use the color, but my indigo bronze one. And I put the extra fine in here and I was going to tinker with it. I tinkered with it and the tinkering did not work. I have run into this. This happens when you are messing with a pen and you are messing with nibs. You do have to be gentle, or you can ruin it. And I ruined this nib. So I reached out to TWSBI and I said, hey, I was really struggling with my extra fine on my new pen. It's the bronze nib. Normally I just buy a new, I buy like a new like TWSBI Go or something for like $10 or like 15, 16, 20, sometimes around there, whatever. And then I swap nibs because it's my fault. Like I messed it up without contacting TWSBI. So I said, is there a way I can buy just the nib from you? Because I did it, I messed it up. It wasn't your fault. Like the nib wasn't perfect. It just wasn't writing the way I like it to write. And I messed it up because I used a little bit too much sandpaper or something. I thought I had only done a little bit, but it just wasn't writing great. And they said to me that they would send me a new nib if I paid shipping. Like I didn't have to pay for the nib. They just sent it to me, which is amazing, figuring I ruined it. So I checked it. I think maybe if I can get it to zoom, but I checked it and it is really not focusing on this nib. Maybe camera focus. No, my camera has been having a really hard time focusing lately. So that's fine, but I checked it. It looks like the tines are like just about right. They're on center. They look good. It looks like it's gonna work. I cleaned this off before I started filming. So I just, I did a cleaning with some dish soap and I cleaned it off to make sure that I got all the particles. And I'm gonna show you what I do to maintenance my pen. So I have taken this pen and I have taken everything out of it, and I want to show what I do. TWSBI, I feel like TWSBI's wouldn't come with all these pieces if they weren't meant to be tinkered with. Especially because they come with this. This comes with this, and you have to pull, like twist. This is how you twist up to get ink. So I am always playing with these pens, I tell you what. And if I've had cracks, I will sometimes switch out my less desirable. So I stick this on here and then I twist it down until this attaches. So whee! And now I have to remember, is it away from me or, okay, so it's towards you. Twist it towards you. And this will twist and twist and twist until it can't twist no more. And because this is kind of, it's kind of a plunger, it gets stuck. And you can take this whole thing apart. So I'll show you, because I've taken it apart. And you have all these little pieces. Woohoo! Except that you don't want all these little pieces. So then this piece goes in here. So here. If you have all these pieces. I don't know what these pieces are named. I am not a genius, but this piece goes in here and it kind of fits in there. So you want it to fit right. And then this piece goes in here. So this little doohickey goes in here. And you want to twist this a little bit before you put this little doohickey on. So you want to twist it. And there's this so I'm going to pull this out. won't you focus? It's really having a hard time focusing. Can I zoom in? Maybe. There. Okay, so there is this flat part right here. And so you put this on and you twist it until you hit the top of that flat part. Okay, this is the hardest part, is then this needs to be twisted on until you have a little bit left. So it's like, I like to have it rule of thumb, because this is what plunges, so this is what it pulls, you know, the air back so it can pull your stuff forward. But so sometimes I will double check and I will look at this and I'll be like, okay, are those aligned? Yeah, those look pretty good. Okay, so then I put this guy in there, and a lot of times you have to hold it. You hold it in because it kind of comes out. And I have found that thanks to TWSBI, I can take apart most of my piston fills and refinish pistons. So it looks like that. You don't want it all the way up. You want it like that. I don't know why. She bothered the fly. Perhaps she'll die. Okay, and it comes with silicone grease, and this is the silicone grease. I have so many of these because I have way too many TWSBIs. Oh, did I share my TWSBIs? I don't know if I shared my whole TWSBI collection yet, but I have quite a lot. I have been working on getting my collection cleaned out and organized. So you just put a little bit of the silicone grease on here, you shove it back in, and then you twist it. I twist it a little bit while it's still attached, so I can figure out and make sure that it's on. But then, whee, see that? And then I bring this back in and make sure it's tight. But you don't want to tighten too much, because that's how you can crack this stuff. Yes, Moo. My pup is there. So that is done. And I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, that is done. So now I want to do this part. This part, I need to go grab one more thing. Okay, so I'm using this today. This was one of those mats that you put on the bottom of like your, what do you call it? I forget what you call your plates and your dishes. Your dishes are like in your container, in your cupboards. Oh my goodness, Mandy, talk normal. Okay, so this is that. I also have little silicone pads that came with some of my nibs, but this was closer. So what you do, because this is pressurized in there, like just by like friction and grip or something like that, some like fancy sciencey thing. But what you want to do is you want to hold this and you want to put this around this to protect the nib and protect your hands. And you want to grab right here. And I've shown this in another video, but I really want to like stress that, especially, so I have broken a lot of TWSBI feeds. You have to be super careful because these little pieces, there's these like little like tines in there, they are super fragile. So you need to be careful with this and just pull. And you pull, but don't pull too hard because you want to be really careful with that feed. So I am going to show, so you pull it out. What I love about TWSBIs compared to some other nibs is they have in their little feed, they have a little section where you know, like you can align the nib and it goes right back in. Super simple. I do this to clean it a lot. And then I will take in like paper towel to make sure it's clean and dry before I ink. I'm going to ink this with this old nib so I can see the difference and make sure that it was me. And I am using Iroshizuku Seungyo or Shungyo for the ink because I know Iroshizuku is a really reliable ink, and I haven't used this color as much as I thought I would. It's the one that I wanted the most, and it's the one I've used the least. It's an interesting concept, so I'm going to fill that bad boy up. I don't fill my TWSBIs all that far anymore. I used to fill them all the way up, but I found that I just end up not using them as much. And so this could be a very, very inky mess in a second here. So I'm gonna make sure that it's kind of cleaned off so I can, yeah, so I want to test this nib because this nib is tough. I don't think there's any fixing it. Maybe a nib meister could fix it, so I might hang on to it, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look bad, but yeah, it's super scratchy. I don't know if you can hear that scratch. It's scratchy this way. It's scratchy that way. So it's scratchy on the sides, but like the downstrokes are good. I just don't love it. I just don't love it. And I tried to make it better. Down, it's great. Down, it's fantastic. But any other way, it's just not good. I also like to test on my Leuchtturm paper because my Leuchtturm paper is what I use the most. Okay, so now I'm just going to use, do as I teach, not as I do, unless you've done this a million times. But I am just going to pull it out with my paper towel since I don't want to get my hands super icky. I mean, it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. I'm using a crazy wet, crazy dark ink. I'm gonna run that into the water just so I don't get as, so then I do this weird thing where I just kind of, I'm putting no pressure, just making sure that it rolls so I can roll it dry. I do that all the time. I'm gonna throw my ink or my broken nib in the water because I might take it, like I plan on going to a show eventually, so I might take it and see if somebody can fix it. But if not, they sent me a new one. So I'm very happy. I just want my pen to work because I was like, I want the whole collection of the bronze. I love the bronze nibs. I love the way they look. I love the way these pens look. So yeah, this one's kind of scratchy too. Maybe it is just this bronze nib and maybe I just need to break it in. Or no, that one's, it's scratchy that way. If you can hear that, can you hear that? Is it how I'm holding it? Yeah, maybe it is how I'm holding it. Maybe it is how I'm holding it. I don't know, but let me see. I'm also one of those people who like super wet, not scratchy at all. I don't like the sound of scratch, which is why I didn't like my Sailors. But it feels like it's going to scratch the paper. So let me see if I can do it. This is my Kokuyo paper. This is a little bit smoother than the Leuchtturm. So sometimes I'll just do this quick. Give it some downstrokes and see if that helps. I don't know, man. I don't know if you can hear all those. And it could just be that it's because I put water on it. Let's see. And it's brand new. I don't know. It's starting to be a little less. So maybe it is just that it's new. This one, at least this one. The other one is destroyed. So let me see. I'm going to go try one more thing and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on these as best as I can. Don't mind the blurriness as it gets blurry because it is going to get blurry because we're zooming in pretty high. But I want to show you what I discovered when I was looking at them because I was trying to compare the nibs. So here is the new one. This one's the new one. And I did take my brass guy and I swiped it through there. I didn't film that because it's kind of a pain and I cut myself sometimes, so I just didn't, but I want to clean that nib so it looks more bronzy. But I did take my brass. It separates the tines a little bit. I did take it, but that is all I did. So you can see the nib like is a little bit separated, but it looks pretty good. Okay, so that is that. That is the new one. Here's the old one. And there is why it wasn't working. If you see that right there is the tine. The tine is completely off. It is, yeah. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? That is why. That's why. So now let's get this back down so you can see. I'm going to just do a quick writing sample, and you can hear as it is now working. See, that feedback I'm okay with. And so, in case anyone wants to know, yes, these bronze nibs, the coated nibs, are a little bit broader. So that's why I wanted an extra fine. I still think I prefer a fine or a medium, but this is working and I am excited. So, and it has a nice feedback. Yay. Yay! It's working. So I will happily use this pen. Woohoo! Yeah, so there you go. Also, this ink, I don't know why I sleep on this ink. I love that color. It is a good color for, you know, just having a basic color. But that is it for today. I hope you found some of this useful. My hands are now a mess, but that comes with the territory. Welcome to playing with ink, and it gets everywhere. But yeah, have a great day, and I hope this helped you. If it did, let me know. But there's my Eco and my tools that come with the Eco. All right, have a great one. Bye.